Hello people of YouTube, how are you today? It is me, Abby, and today we're going to be doing a primer versus no primer wear test. So today I am going to be cutting off half my face, not cutting it off, I'm going to be doing half my face with primer, the other half no primer, to see, does primer really make a difference with your makeup? Okay, I'm going to explain why I want to do this video first. I want to do this video because when I first started wearing makeup, primer, I didn't have primer. I never even knew primer was a thing. And I would always put just plain foundation on my face. Back then, I know my makeup wasn't really good because it wasn't good. I used to use like foundation like 6 shades darker than my skin. So it wasn't good at all. But I want to know, does it actually make a difference? Because primer is apparently like to smooth out, make a smooth base for your skin, to hydrate certain parts, to, you know, make it shiny, make your makeup last longer. But does it really make a difference? And I want to do that today to test it out. So today we're going to be doing half my face with primer, half my face with no primer, and we're going to wear my makeup the entire day to see if it works. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be doing I always do 2 primers. So this side is going to be the side of my face with primer, and this is going to be the side of my face without primer. And with my primer, I use 2 because when I do use primer, I like this one. Gives me like a radiance, it covers my pores, but this one helps with my dry spots. So I'm going to put this on this side and leave this side blank. Okay, I've poured some out on my hand, and I'm going to just show you. I'm just going to be putting it on this side. I like this one because it also gives you a little bit of like a bronziness to it. And this one I put all over my face. Make a line. And it got a little bit too much. Weird thing about me is I know a lot of people use like separate eye primer, but I like to use this on my actual eyes. So, see, primer, no primer. And I'm gonna get the other one ready. And I'm now gonna put my other primer, and I usually just put it on my like, my harder spots, like right here where my pores are a little bit bigger. Ooh, that's a lot. A little bit on my nose, a little bit on the chin, and a teeny bit on the forehead. And then I rub it in. I just realized I also forgot to mention like the full names. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and Radiance. And this is the NYX Honey Do Me Up. And I really like this one because it's like tacky. I think you can see that. So, oh, and another thing is I do eyes and my eyebrows first before foundation, so I'm gonna do that off camera just to see anything. Okay, so this is where I started to clean up, and I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in shade Fair to outline my eyebrows, and yes, I did mess up a little bit, and I'm taking the Real Technique sponge that I also use to contour with to blend out. And the immediate thing I first noticed that with the side with primer, it blended out pretty easily. It did what I wanted it to, but right when I started getting into the other side with no primer, it became a little bit more draggy. I accidentally got way too much product and it wasn't working for me, and it began to smudge a little bit, which I did not like, so it was not doing what I wanted it to, so it wasn't good. Another thing I like to do is after I get my eyebrows done, I will get my concealer and I tap a little bit on my eyes to set a base for my eyeshadow. Okay, now I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape to put down as a base, and as I'm blending it, I noticed that the side with no primer was blending pretty well actually, which was kind of weird. And right when I got to the eye with primer, I was having trouble blending, and it has never happened before, so I thought that was a little bit weird because it started getting a little bit patchy, as I'm showing right now. And I was actually getting a little bit angry at this point, so I added more product, and then I ended up messing up, and if you can see, I did get some in my eye, and that did not feel good at all. So I blended it out and ended up being okay, as you can see. Then I went into my Beauty Killer palette, which ever starts with a Wet n Wild fluffy brush, going into shade China White, and dusting that all over my eye to, set it down. And with the eye with primer, it was taking the powder quite nicely. It was setting it as it usually does. But right when with the eye with no primer, the powder for some reason was just not staying. It was not staying for me at all, and it was making me a little bit mad actually, because you could see I'm going back and forth, getting that powder onto my brush. And before you all say, I know that my China White does not have a lot of product left in it, so I'm digging out what's left, but you can see I'm going over and over again with the powder, and it's not working for me. Okay, for my foundation, I like to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, and I usually use shell ivory, but today I'm going to use soft ivory because I do want my skin to look a little bit more lighter since I do have a lot of redness, and usually when I use a lighter foundation, it kind of, I don't know, blends in, looks a little bit darker. I don't know how to explain it without it. You'll see in a minute. Okay, I already put my foundation on, and I'm blending it in with my Tarte foundation brush, and it's starting to look good. It was blending in pretty well for each side. Didn't really have that much of a problem, but then right after I did get it blended, I put on concealer, and the side with primer was blending pretty nicely, but then the side without primer just was not working for me at all, and it took me a while to get it fully blended out. And with the primer, my pores were not showing that much, but the side without primer, the pores were crazy. It was just very weird and exaggerated a lot of my problem areas. Okay, I know I look a little bit crazy right now, but I ended up setting with the Maybelline Master Fix translucent setting powder under my eyes, on my nose, my forehead, and my lip, and a little bit on my chin. And now I'm just baking under my eyes because under my eyes I am very grease prone. I hate to say it. I have really bad combination skin, so like around my nose, my mouth and stuff gets really dry, flaky, dead flaky skin, while the rest of my face gets super duper oily. So I ended up also using the CoverGirl Clean Matte setting powder to go all over my face, and my pores are still huge, the pimples are still showing, while on this side, yes, you can still see some of my acne, but you can't see some of those pores. None of my lines are showing yet. It's still blending pretty well. The setting powder for a second wasn't taking to the side and not to the side, and when putting on the concealer, it was working normally, except for this side, it was coming off, the concealer was coming off, and we know that when it comes to Shape Tape, everybody's heard about it. It should be working perfectly, so could have been something from not being able to stick to something, probably my grease-prone skin. I did wash my face before this, but you never know, so now I'm going to contour, and also I did hit part of my eye with concealer, so I will be fixing that up at the end. So I'm going to do contour and like blush and highlighter off camera and fix some of this, and then we'll go throughout the day, with it on. Okay, I ended up finishing my makeup, finishing my eyebrows, my eyes, put a little bit of shimmer on my eyes. I thought it was weird looking matte. Put a little bit of highlight on, a little bit of contour, and this pink Wet n Wild creme lipstick. I think you guys can tell I like Wet n Wild. I've used a lot of their products. And I finished my eyebrows off with this ripped Rue 21 little eyebrow thing, and yeah, actually it does work. I do like it. It's weird. I don't have a Rue 21 here anymore, so I'm kind of sad because I wanted to get another one of these because I do like it so much. But this is the finished makeup. I'm going to now be doing check-ins throughout the day and just letting you guys know what the deal is. Primer versus no primer. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. I started doing my makeup around, I'm going to say 2:50, and right now it's about 3:47, and I just got done doing the makeup, so I just filmed. So, I've been wearing this for, like, the foundation stuff for like 30 minutes, but I started my makeup an hour ago, so I'm going to let you guys know when I do the check-ins. Okay, I'm back. I ended up changing my lip because I didn't like how it looked with my eye, but from what I can tell already, this side feels pretty much normal still, like how I was talking about earlier, but this side feels like, I don't know, more drying. I know that sounds weird, but like, I could feel when I crease my face, like, I can feel it moving. You can still see those pore areas. Mascara like started flaking already on the bottom, which is weird for me. But everything else seems to be fine. So that's what I just thought was weird, and I should tell you. So check back in a little bit. Hey, okay, it's coming up to be around 5-6 hours since I put my makeup on, makeup has come off my chin, and on the side where there's no primer, I am getting a little bit of creasing already under my eye. My eyelid's still creased up. A little bit more of my eyebrow product has come off. My contour on my forehead is a little bit patchy. I'm not sure if you can tell around here in this area, if you can see it. It's come off on where some of my acne is, and right here. Okay, so now it's the end of the day. I've been wearing my makeup now for a good, I'm gonna say 6 to 8 hours, because I did it around 2 to 3 o'clock, and right now it's almost midnight. And Mama's tired. And I can tell you that, let me just say that the no primer side does feel like it's getting super oily. It feels heavier, and it does feel more cakey. I'm not sure if you can tell on screen also that, like, see, like, my acne just started coming out more. You could definitely see my pores. The eyeshadow is essentially off and creased up. My mascara has flaked a little bit down on my lower lash line. It's creasy, so my eyebrow product came off. My forehead contour, a little bit of my cheek contour is gone. But when we go to this side, the eyes are still popping. It is coming off. There is a little bit of creasing under my eye, a little bit of fallout with the mascara, a little bit off my eyebrow, but you can still see some of that contour. You can see some of that contour in my cheek. The only thing I've also changed today is the lipstick. I did eat, and I had a cream lipstick on, so it came right off. And this is just the pimple that came out off my makeup from me touching. And another thing I wanted to mention is, I think you saw, remember I only put makeup, the primer on this side of my nose. I never put it on top. So you can see, like, my skin is showing through, and I couldn't hide it. I've tried so hard, and it's not coming off. So in the end, I'm going to just say that you should find a primer that's good enough for your skin. Again, for me, I have combination skin, so I use these two primers. I like how it works. It helps with my combination skin. I don't think, I recommend finding a primer, because if you use it alone, it builds up on itself. It exaggerates your pores, you know. It's, especially if you're not using like a good foundation. Well, for me, I think this is a great foundation. You should really, like, you know, find something that works for you. So primer versus non-primer, the primer one, obviously. I feel like that was a given from the beginning, but I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna be taking off my makeup right now and, you know, washing my face and stuff. Just saying, you should find a primer that's good enough for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to leave a like, a comment down below, and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos from me, leave a little, if you want to see more videos from me, click that little bell icon down below. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. I just said, what time is it? I need to go to bed. So have a good night. Bye.